Guys, we've been out in the town, drinking a wee bit. We suited up. We're kind of unsuited now. We're going to deal with Imhotep. You know the guy that does breast. As I got to well look there. I made this video last night. Or I made a version of this video last night. I kind of fell asleep and Windows crashed. So we're making this now. When I can pause the cunt. Oh, don't tell me Firefox is crashing. That's pish, that's your fault.
Trust you to blame me, you dirty cunt.
Yes, I do. Because Firefox is a cunt. Close window. And we is back.
Ah, we are back. Indeed.
Yes, sir. Okay, history.
Repeating. Nevertheless.
Okay. Let's deal with this cunt, shall we? Why is this not speaking?
This is Dr. Elijah Grant again. I was requested by...
I must state that he is not a doctor. At least not a medical doctor. He's a doctor of, what is it, naturopathy? Which is holistic medicine. I.e., they offer alternatives to surgery, saying this herb will get you better. This weed. Eating nettles will make you good. That sort of pish.
A very good friend to do a presentation on meat eating.
I'm sure you
And,
mean
meat eating is...
naturopathy or something similar.
I speak the way I do.
Well, the way you say it, naturopathy, makes it sound like he's a repressed homosexual. Which I'm not saying he's not. I mean, I have no judgment whether he is or not, and he can crack on whatever he likes. But
Alex, I have found my own diamond.
one of those topics where you probably want to turn the YouTube off and not watch it if you're going to eat dinner. But yet, still, those of you who are brave enough to listen to what I have to say about meat eating, I want you to give me your
Because, you know, we're so scared about eating meat after, what, 28 years?
undivided attention.
I think we
All
need
those
meat
crack
for more than 28
barbecue
years.
meat eating addicts out there, you might as well turn this off
As a
right
human
now,
species,
because
not
you
as
won't
you.
like what
Oh, it's a human species, aye, but not as myself.
Ah,
I have to say.
gotcha.
Or yourself.
Now, I want to begin by saying that
That's strong.
I
What you got?
am not going to say vegetarians or vegans are better than people who eat meat. That is
So, that's just like I'm saying.
a big falsehood. And that is not the case. They may be healthier, have more energy, and think quicker, but
That's the same as we had to this last night. The other night.
What's that?
I'm not racist, but
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, I know what you mean. Basically, you're saying that, yeah, I'm not saying that we're better than you meat eaters, just that what we have is better than what you meat eaters have.
exactly. I can't put it in better words because I have been drinking all night.
And you, Gimp.
Not that again. I will take you on my great big bushy beard.
No, you suck at that.
I shall make you a crusty juggler.
No, you do not sound like you're from Devonshire, so never mind.
I've
that
done that
doesn't
in
make
from
them
that.
better. It just makes them more healthy.
I've got a great big bushy beard.
Great big bushy beard!
One of the things that you should know about meat is that it carries a lot of disease. And,
Sorry, what was that?
One of the things you should know about meat, it carries a lot of disease. As does anything else.
If you're going to eat meat, you might as well just get used to being sick.
You know, the only sickness I get nowadays is the common cold, which doesn't come from meat. It comes from party bastards. Because I serve the public trust. Public trust? That's like a cop. I serve the public.
If you eat meat, you got to get used to having disease.
Only if
How
it's...
long? How long has mankind been eating meat for?
Since...
Good and what?
Well, I'd say forever, to be honest, because we've always been omnivores.
So if it's safe to say that if we actually got disease from eating this particular meat, then the body is quite well adapted to dealing with that disease.
Plus, the pancreas. Is it the pancreas that I'm on about? You know, the bit that's slowly getting rid of because, you know, it deals with fuck all nowadays.
Oh yeah, I know what you're about, yeah.
Yeah, no. Part of the whole stomach area. Yeah, it's the pancreas.
What you're thinking of is the...
Not the pancreas.
No, you're not thinking of the pancreas. You think of the thing that swells up and gets removed by surgery.
It starts with A.
Yeah. That thing.
That thing.
That's so important we can't think what the fuck it's called.
That thing there. The thing that starts with A.
Oh no, it gets you a few days off.
Appendicitis!
Yeah.
Appendix! There we go! The appendix. Which was created? That's the wrong word. Which evolved first to deal with uncooked meat or food. It was once used to filter out the shite, like the bones and such like. But now it's not got no use because we cook that shit out of it.
Actually, scientists have no idea what it's used for
Anymore. Or it used to be.
They used to think that it was evolved specifically for dealing with vegetables.
Not specifically. That'd be oceanic.
Oi, shut up, I've been drinking.
So specifically.
Anyway, the point is that scientists thought that this thing was designed for dealing with vegetables. And because we were omnivores, this was the part of the body that dealt specifically with vegetables.
No, that's the long intestines.
However, nowadays, they think that that's a load of bollocks. And can actually say for certain what this thing is dealing with.
There you go. You heard that from the mouth of him.
The drunken bastard.
And get used to being sick on a regular basis.
Because like I said, the only time I get sick is from the common cold. And again, that I get from the fucking dirty bastard public. What about yourself? You don't deal with the public. Do you get sick from eating meat?
Sick from eating meat? Quite possibly. But that's with good reason.
You're usually drunk.
What? Oh no, what?
Usually drunk and usually eat dodgy kebabs.
Let's just deal with disease and germs and that kind of thing. Do you know there's a damn good reason why all kids pick their nose and eat it?
Yeah.
No, seriously, there's a damn good reason for this.
Because it helps build up the immune system.
Yeah, exactly. The stuff that builds up in the nose is all of the dirt and grime that gets picked up nowadays. And
now they don't breathe into their lungs, which they get infected by, which they also develop a fucking antibody against.
Yeah, so by picking your nose and eating it, you're actually ingesting all these germs and bacteria which your body learns to adapt to and builds immune systems to deal with that kind of bollocks.
Which is why, by the way, folks, the immune system of kids today is going to be less than the immune system of kids from the 80s. Because today you've got all these adverts saying, kills 99.9% of germs, Domestos, for cleaning fucking flares. Yeah, here's a hint. Do not use cleaning products for your work surfaces unless you've actually used raw meat on them. Because you're going to cause your kids more harm. That's right, you heard me. More harm than you would without.
Excuse me.
Mainly because the immune system develops from kids catching burns. Burns?
Yeah, you're talking shit now.
Well, burns, I meant burns.
What you mean is that you should not protect your kids wholeheartedly from everything that is in the world. It's to let your kids encounter the little slight dangers so they can build up the immune system, build up the protection system, so they can deal with it on their own without your help. Because if they're constantly relying on your help, then they're fucking useless.
My man. That was a good one.
I was reading, just kind of like scanning through some old books that I...
When he says old books, he means it.
One of my favorite Dr. Africa's books.
This guy, Little Africans, Africans in Africa.
Africans.
Africa.
Africans.
That guy. He has no Wikipedia page. Which for a guy who wrote a book, it's pretty rare.
Oh right, actually, you're talking about this Dr. Africa.
Yeah, the one
Sorry.
I told you about earlier on.
I thought you were talking about the plural African. Sorry, my bad.
No.
So, Dr. Africa,
They're that little
who
Africa.
sounds like a snazzy 80s keyboard artist.
He sounds like the character that Sean Connery tried to play in League of Gentlemen.
I'll take your word for that.
You ever seen League of Gentlemen?
Not with Sean Connery in it, no.
The League of Gentlemen has Sean Connery, you dumb fuck.
But it just sounds like it's, and now, on keyboards, it is
Dr. Africa! No. Right, I've checked this shit out.
At this point, he plays chopsticks from his keyboards. Yeah.
Shut up.
I can dig.
Shut up! Don't you do my monologue. We all decided, out of the two of us in a crime fighting duo, I would be the one that monologued, right?
Okay, you just ruined the entire thing by mentioning crime fighting duos.
Shut up! I monologue because I'm evil, apparently.
No, you're just ginger. Which is as much as most people would consider to be the same thing, but never mind. Carry on.
Would you like a punch in the balls?
Not particularly.
And shut up. Right. I done a bit of research on this Dr. Africa guy. I'm not going to use the word doctor anymore with him. Because on his own website, he says he's a... get this, folks. A medical astrologist. You're trying not to piss yourself laughing, aren't you?
You see, I've got a thing on my phone, it's called Sky Scanner. You put it to the sky, it will tell you exactly what kind of astrological formations you're looking at.
Yeah, well that's what this guy does. Except he does it to help you avoid future diseases. Man, if only we had more like him, we could avoid cancer.
See, now that would be an awesome iPhone app. You see, put in the sky, say, yeah, this is the constellation of Cancer, and if you want to look at this, I suggest you don't, because if you do, you'll catch cancer itself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right, okay.
Not to mention he mentions he's a physiologist, something physiologist in his website. I'm looking at it right now. Too pushed to look up. Where he helps you avoid certain words to say because they will cause disease. So yes, we'll let Imhotep 1953, which I presume is the year he was born, tell you about Layla O Africa.
Wait. Avoid certain words because they'll cause you disease.
Yes.
So, if you do not want syphilis, whatever the flip you do,
Don't say cheese.
Yo-yo.
Damn! Our psychicness has gone off tangent there.
No shit, Sherlock.
He had in his latest book on page 216 about some of the characteristics of what meat has in it.
Let me give you a slight hint. Preservatives.
Protein.
Carbon monoxide. Do we do more? Blood.
It's meat.
Get used to it.
And he mentions about meat that antibiotics and other chemicals.
I have never heard of antibiotics being put in meat. Have you? I'll take that face as a no. If it has, here's a hint. Being in the UK, there's a law about stating what ingredients are in your fucking food. Things like penicillin, amoxicillin, amoxicillin. These are all antibiotics. They'd have to be stated as an ingredient. I don't know what laws are in the US for food.
Additives too.
Yeah. I don't know what law there is in the US for it. I think it's a bit more lax. No, wait, no, it's probably tighter actually.
Depends. Some things are tighter, some things aren't. For example, you can have shitloads of additives in your food, and that's okay by the US. However, you can't have things like black pudding.
Or iron brew.
Yeah.
Iron brew.
Or haggis.
You know the only thing that stops you from having iron brew in the US, and this is imported. Shit, I had more than I thought. The only thing that stops you having it is sunset yellow, which is a colouring. That's it. One colouring.
There's lots of things in the US. You can have shitloads of additives, and it's fine. However, black pudding, you cannot have pig's blood.
Yeah, I guess you
So
can't.
you cannot have a natural additive, but you can have shitloads of artificial additives.
You can't import haggis to sell, despite the fact that haggis is probably healthier than fucking hamburgers.
Oh, more than likely.
Oh, far more than likely. You know what's in haggis.
Well, it depends where you're from. See, if you're American, as far as they're concerned, haggis is a small animal.
That runs around the field with one leg short an hour.
Yeah. Oh,
He has a lot of views in America, by the way, folks.
apologies to all Americans, but that's what we tell all tourists.
And I love him.
And stop hugging me.
No, I love you.
But yeah, real haggis is just. Well, you can tell them real haggis is for.
Real haggis is for eating.
Oh, no shit. But what's in it, you dust?
What is in it? Animal innards. Mainly sheep. It's only sheep, by the way. It can't be anything else. It's gotta be sheep. You're talking about stomach, liver, heart.
All minced up.
Minced up.
With
Oats.
with vegetables and all that kind of stuff.
No veg.
Meat, barley, that kind of stuff.
Barley's grain.
It's all in there.
And meat is meat. It's not a fucking vegetable.
They're what?
You're talking about like oats, not barley.
So, never mind.
And various spices. By the way, a good haggis is a spicy haggis.
Oh yes.
You cannot have a bland haggis. That's just wrong.
Unlike the English. I'm sorry, I am English, but I will say this right now. The English tend to make haggis that isn't spicy.
No, they make it as bland as they fucking can.
So you just have to add shitloads and shitloads of
Anything that's spicy.
Daddy's brown sauce.
Which we're selling, by the way.
Cool.
Buy one, get it free.
Sweet. Not sweet, but you know.
I'm not going to say where because, someone who I actually work with might notice. And if I mention that company, they might fuck me over.
Hence the reason it's a good idea that you don't mention what I do for a living.
I haven't.
Because if you did, I'd have to kill you. And you know I could.
I know you could try.
You know I could.
I'm the Batman. Batman and Deadpool. He's a psychopath.
I have a strange feeling that you may have to edit this video.
Oh, it's not getting edited. It's going to fucking edited. Because it's more fun to bitch like this than it is to actually make a proper video.
It's funner if you're drunk.
Oh yeah.
That they put in meat, they cannot protect the meat. The U.S. Meat Inspection Services recognize over 42 diseases in animals.
Woo!
Makes flesh eating dangerous and antibiotics useless.
Never mind what's in fucking vegetables like E. coli.
There are over 80 diseases
Sorry,
that can be
Mars is going to speak.
It's not like that. You've got so many diseases in meat. It seems to think that these kind of people believe that there's some sort of state, whether what you're eating or what you're drinking, can put you into a situation where you're not going to encounter anything that's even slightly harmful. But I'm sorry, that's just not how life works. I mean, shit happens, people die, people get sick, food has disease and toxic chemicals in it. Well, I'm sorry, that's life.
I'm going to put check if the oven's okay yet to put our Scotch pies, which are full of minced beef.
You're not Adam, you're not living in the Garden of Eden, you're going to get sick. Fucking live with it, you sissy bastard. Next.
In my view, Adam didn't exist. However, I'm going to check and see. Actually, I said a lie there. I said Scotch pies are full of beef. That's bullshit. They're full of minced lamb.
See, I thought for a second there, I thought you were going to say they're for Scotch people. God damn it.
You just want to eat me.
No.
I'm going to check in the oven. You can press play. Carry on.
10 Tempting. Yeah. I may just sing a song about how you're gay, but never mind.
Yeah, well, you can sing a song, but it won't make it true. Not that it matters. If I was gay, you'd still bum me. You press play. I quickly have them pies.
Transmitted from dead animals to man. The continued eating of antibiotics in animal corpses caused the human
Stop
resistance
making noise!
to antibiotics.
Mince, lamb mince, in a pastry casing with pastry on top. Cooked, delicious. Mint, tomato sauce on top.
Trying to watch this, you're making noise, go away. Get back in the kitchen where you belong, bitch.
Fuck you.
And immunity to penicillin. Antibiotics in food animals help people to develop resistance to drug therapy. Chemicals added to meat to retard spoilage cause cancer. They also retard digestion and immunity. The chemicals give meat a nice red color and deodorize the rotten smell.
Chemicals give meat a nice red colour.
That's carbon monoxide, not chemical. Well, it is, in a degree. But yeah, he's bullet talking.
So, when I order my steak rare, it's the chemicals that give it its red colour.
No,
It's got fuck all to do with the blood that's in the meat.
actually, technically, yes, he's right.
Technically, he's right.
Yeah,
Explain, please, why don't you?
I will. Wait until I set this. And wait until I set the Scotch pies.
Hurry up, motherfucker. Because I'm dying to know.
Set, I'm coming. Okay, so chemically he's right.
Explain.
I'll explain.
Now.
The thing that gives meat its redness is carbon monoxide. And that does not naturally occur, well, it does naturally occur, but, I mean, very rarely, as in a major amount. It's what's introduced as a gas to the meat. Right, and he'll say this later on. And the reason for that is, it keeps the meat red because it attaches to the hemoglobin in the blood. You did the same fucking biology course as I did. How'd you know this?
That's oxygen.
No. Oxygen combines with the hemoglobin,
Yeah, to give it bright red colour.
but when it reaches the blood, when it reaches the lungs, what happens? But it comes to the lungs, it reacts, it goes around the body.
Mm-hmm.
What happens to the blood that goes around the body before reaching the lungs again? It's used up.
Well, the oxygen gets passed by mitosis to the cells and on and on.
Well done. Right, basic biology, folks. He did the same course as me, by the way. Right, now,
Fuck you, honey man.
when it comes to carbon monoxide, it interacts with it takes over the role of oxygen,
Uh-huh.
right? It connects with carbon monoxide, and that's it. It becomes chemically inert from that point on. It cannot be released by the hemoglobin like oxygen would. It sticks with it, so the red blood cell becomes useless after that. That's how carbon monoxide poisoning happens.
Alright, okay.
So that keeps the blood red. Because if you ever get meat from butchers, you'll notice it's not bright red, but it's a dull brown reddy colour. That's because it's gone through the natural process where oxygen releases itself after death, say, or just before its resection.
Excusing all the scientific bollocks that
I just
these
said.
people actually give a shit about.
What I just said.
Polarized
Hey,
to not
pause.
stop.
Pause. Okay, we're talking
In
here.
other words, excuse all the biological shit I just said.
Wait. Oh, no. Wait, okay. What I want to clarify here is, obviously, a lot of people watching this are not...
Give me a pen.
A lot of people watching this are not biologically or chemically sounded.
Don't say that. That's logical.
Shut up. Anyway, all I'm saying is, meat.
Yes.
You order a steak,
Yes.
you cook it, you want it rare,
Yes.
the meat is red.
That's blood.
That's blood.
That's red blood cells. It's probably been passed through hemoglobin, which keeps it red.
Mm-hmm.
I.e., carbon monoxide has been passed through the
Yeah. All that. Yeah.
Right?
But I'm on about pure and simple.
When you order steak rare, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your steak comes from the kitchen, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's most likely it's ordered at mass, en masse, right?
Mm-hmm.
And en masse does not mean from your local butchers,
Mm-hmm.
right? It means like from a warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
That warehouse takes its meat from a dairy farm, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or not a dairy farm, because that deals with milk and cheese and shit.
Yeah.
But I mean a meat farm, right?
Mm-hmm.
That meat farm, to keep its meat looking fresh,
Yep.
will pass carbon monoxide over the meat,
Right.
which will bond
Mm-hmm.
with the hemoglobin,
Mm-hmm.
like this, right?
Yep.
Right. Imagine this hand's hemoglobin.
Yep.
This hand's carbon monoxide.
Uh-huh.
Bang! Right? It's like scissors, paper, stone.
Gotcha.
Right? Now normally, if this was oxygen,
Mm-hmm.
the hemoglobin, it would connect, go around the body, and get to the point that it needed, hemoglobin would let go.
Mm-hmm.
Bang! And the blood cell would disappear because it's no longer used.
Yep.
Right? 120 days is roughly how long a red blood cell has.
Right.
The hemoglobin and carbon monoxide, however,
Yep.
it's like this. And no matter how many times it travels around the body, it stays like this because it's chemically inert.
Yep.
I.e. it can't react any further after this reaction. Carbon monoxide sticks
Mm-hmm.
with hemoglobin and it changes it. So it can't release anymore. It can't absorb that oxygen to pass around the body.
Yep.
It sticks like this. So it can't move around the body and do anything else.
Cool.
Thus, the red blood cell becomes useless. The more you breathe, the more it becomes like this, of carbon monoxide. That's how carbon monoxide poisoning happens.
Yep.
And thus, it becomes useless. However, the one thing that it does do
Yep.
is maintain the bright redness. I know you know this, you cunt. You're just helping me explain it for YouTube, aren't you?
No. What I'm trying to put across is all the dedicated viewers who watch this on a regular basis and know what you're talking about know what you're talking about. However,
Retards like this guy.
well, it's specialised, but people who are just glancing through, who maybe don't have the particular scientific background knowledge that you and I maybe have. Well,
Bear in mind, folks, we got chucked out of biology.
yeah, for different reasons.
No, that's we partnered.
That's digressing. All I'm saying is that
I must digress. That is our final year of biology, and to be fair, we only got chucked out because we didn't study.
all I'm saying is that people who are glancing through this out of interest, who don't have a complete background knowledge
Of this sort of thing.
or probably not, maybe not necessarily understand why we're telling this guy that he's a complete and utter idiot. So we're trying to.
I hope you understand, folks, because I try to make it as easy as possible. It's hemoglobin, oxygen, right? I put pink out for oxygen, right? Meats, travels in the body, releases. Hemoglobin, carbon monoxide, meats, travels in the body, never releases, dies. Useless blood. And the more you breathe in of carbon monoxide, the more this happens, and less oxygen your body gets, the more the brain dies. The more the brain dies, the more you die. Once brain death, there's nothing else. You can die from heart attack, but be revived as long as your brain keeps getting oxygen, i.e. through defibrillation, etc. Okay? As long as your brain is alive, you're alive. You can die from anything except it's not a final death until brain death happens. Ever.
Oh, I hope it's done that a little bit better. If you don't, let us know and I'll beat him with a stick until you do.
He won't.
I
The
will.
meat from having a
He'll
bad
try
taste, nor do they kill the animal diseases. It goes on just telling you about, how all the meat is contaminated, basically.
Did he tell you how certain words can be avoided to cause disease? Because that's one of the things he claims to know.
With parasites, chemical hormones, all that kind of stuff. And they put rapid growth hormones in it. And you notice a lot of young girls now that are
This
7, 8,
video
9
is going to be
are
about
developing
5 hours
big
long.
breast cysts. I mean, this
Did
is
he just say
outrageous.
it? Did he just really say
He
it?
just said whatever word you said. He
You
said.
notice a lot of young girls now that are 7, 8, and 9 are developing big breast cysts.
Girls that are 7, 8,
9.
or 9 develop breast.
That if it's not called puberty, it's just called fat storage. Because you know what breasts are? They're sacules of fat. That's all they are. They're fat storage. That's why men get them.
Are you sure it's not the breast version of syphilis?
Yes, I'm sure.
That might be quite what he's trying to say there.
I'm quite sure it's not the breast version of syphilis.
Are you sure?
Yes.
God damn it.
Just like itchy bollocks are not the sign of crap. Fully. Right?
I best start statements then.
Fuck you. Breasts are fat storage areas for women and men. For men, you can tell it mostly better.
Hold on. I mean, excuse me if I'm being ignorant here, but
You're excused.
oh, of course, most of the time I'm being ignorant here, but at what stage do women normally really develop breasts?
Normally, when they hit puberty, which is currently around the age of 10 to 16.
So not the ages of 7, 8 or 9.
No, the report he wanted to do was on periods.
Periods?
Yeah, he read the wrong report, or rather, he quoted the wrong report. The report, which by the way was released roughly in, well, probably we were in school, which was 11 years ago.
Bloody hell. That was more than 11 years ago.
Yeah, roughly. No, it's 11 years ago since we left school.
Oh, over 11 years ago, yeah. But
Was that women, or our girls, were getting their periods quicker because of the hormones and meat. That was a story reported by the Daily Mail.
Which is known for the accuracy.
Yeah, because, according to the Daily Mail, cancer is caused by being a man. Or cancer is caused by being a woman.
Wow.
Or cancer is caused by flip-flops.
So, testicular cancer is caused because you're a man, breast cancer is caused because you're a woman.
Exactly.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
It makes perfect sense.
Of course it does.
Yeah.
However, in this case, wait a minute, what was he on about again? Breast cysts.
Yeah. Cysts on the breast as far as I can see.
No, he's not on about cysts.
No?
No, he's just on about big breasts.
Oh.
You can't say breasts.
What, he's against big breasts?
Yeah, and 7, 8, 9-year-olds.
Oh, well, that's fair.
Except he thinks that meat causes that.
He thinks meat causes big breasts?
Yeah. We wish! Really, we wish! We'd give our girlfriends
Patty
fucking...
bacon.
Yes! I can feel myself up all night. Except for one thing. Breasts are about 90% fat storage.
Exactly.
So, all the food you eat, people in the US, Australia, the UK, Europe in general, as we grow more luxuries, we do less.
Mm-hmm.
We eat more, we do less.
It's kind of the opposite of what Benny Connie said. He said, eat less, move more.
Which is the better view.
Oh, absolutely.
However, you'll find that kids nowadays are getting fatter. They're fat fucks. And I'm not saying that as an old fuck. Saying, back in my day, things were better. Though, technically,
I don't know, did you taste the chips in school?
they're better than they are fucking now.
I certainly tasted the cheeseburgers in school, and the cheese tasted like plastic, but it's still nice.
They're not better than cheeseburgers nowadays.
I don't care if it's nice.
Come on, those cheeseburgers practically had BCG.
No, the cheeseburgers, the cheese in them practically had made in Taiwan. That's how plasticky they tasted.
Hey, come on, Dr. Pepper helped that down. Anyway, side note aside, right?
Moving swiftly on.
The thing that causes these breasts, as you call them, is inactivity. Kids nowadays don't go out and play as much. Certainly not in the UK.
Not with other people, certainly.
No,
Excuse me.
beyond the incest mentioned by him.
I didn't mean that. God damn you. You sick
There is no God,
motherfucker.
so that can damn me. Anyway, right? Kids don't go out and play football like we did in the 80s.
True.
Kids don't go out and fuck around like we did up in the woods, etc.
Or play cricket.
No one plays cricket except the English. I should explain something what you said there.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, but I did.
Or the Australians. Or the Indians. Or the Bangladeshis. There's only 11 countries in the world that take this fucking sport seriously, right? The rest of us take it as a boring fucking thing that we've got to watch occasionally.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So most of the kids nowadays sit in front of their computer and play it in front of TV, and I know it sounds like a generalisation, and it is. That's what most kids are like nowadays. And that's what causes big breasts in young girls. It's the fact they're sitting around doing fuck all. They haven't hit puberty yet, but they've eaten a shitload of food. They've probably got fat fuck off bellies and big ass titties to go with it, because apart from the bellies, the only other place it really hits is the arse and the titties, because the titties are a big storage place for fat, as is the arse. Anyway, I get the feeling this fucking video is going to be a long one, but it's going to be an entertaining one, I feel.
Oh, certainly it will be. I mean, you need to bear in mind that back in the old days, women didn't have many kids.
Yes, they did. They had more kids than they do nowadays.
Surviving kids.
What, you going back like 80 years?
Yeah.
That's not a long time. That's almost like him.
Oh, this is what I mean, right? Okay. Back.
No. We'll carry on this point later on, because it is pertinent later on.
Yeah.
No. Shush.
Alright, okay. Crack on. We'll cover this later.
This is just outrageous for them to be rapidly developing this way. I talked to a dentist and he said they did the autopsy on an 11-year-old child, and the child had a heart the age of a 40-year-old because he...
My question is, why are you talking to a dentist about autopsies?
11-year-old child that had a heart of a 40-year-old.
That couldn't be caused by overeating at all, could it? Or by being given drink.
I don't know. Have you ever seen Super Size Me?
Yes. That fucker's going to die quickly.
Yeah.
Here's a hint. What you eat.
Well, I'm sorry, but if a 11-year-old child has the heart of a 40-year-old, then that's either because the child has a bloody serious defect
condition
of the heart, or the parents are fucking idiots and need to be shot on sight.
Shot on sight. That's
Yes.
literally what you said.
Absolutely. The parents would be...
So the parents need to be shot on sight, people.
They need to be tied to a stake.
A steak! He's going for a Sean Connery moment. Listen to the Englishman going for Sean Connery.
Need to be tied to a stake on top of a big pile of shite and shot.
Sure.
Because they're clearly shit parents.
So what you're saying is that they need to be tied to a stake and shot on sight. Anyway, that's one of the reasons why.
Well, you get what I mean, don't you?
Yeah. My thing is, why the fuck are you talking to the dentist about an autopsy? I mean, even when a dentist is involved in an autopsy. So, even when a dentist is involved in an autopsy, why the fuck are you talking to them about it? Because all you'd be involved with is the teeth. You get a picture of the fucking teeth, you've seen it on TV. There's the teeth, by the way, dentist boy. You've done that already?
Yeah.
Of course you had to delete one, didn't you?
By me.
I might do.
Oh.
Anyway, a dentist is only involved with teeth. Yeah. So why the fuck would he be involved with heart? Even in an autopsy. An autopsy. Fuck knows, but either way it doesn't count.
So rapidly developing. Meat, with all its rapid growth hormones, chemicals, and
The worst thing, folks, is that we've taken about 40 minutes to cover 3 minutes of this video.
herbicides, pesticides, you know, they even putting carbon monoxide in meat now to make
Described this bit already, didn't I? I described the carbon monoxide bit already.
keep that red color. Not to mention they did a documentary that showed that some of the places were taking the meat and dumping it in the bleach and trying to get rid of the odor and back.
Yes, food processing is bad. Not just meat, but all food. Easy way to get a fucking Scotch pie, so you're definitely with me.
Putting it back on the shelf. there is a lot of things that I can tell you that, would just give you an indication of how bad the meat is today.
I've got to say, from this point on, I'm going to cherry pick. It's been over 40 minutes, and Boris and I have been rambling a lot, so we've got to cherry pick our moments now. So anyway, yeah, cherry picking. After I pour a lot of tomato sauce on my Scotch pies, oh, mine and his. Carry on, please. Okay, so we've eaten our meat. Let's carry on, shall we?
But with all this being said, there's still going to be some people out there that say, well, my grandmama ate it and she lived to be 98.
You see where I get the Martin Lawrence comment?
I do.
Yeah.
But
this guy looks like Uncle Phil that is, from The Fresh Prince, and his voice is like Martin Lawrence.
well, my grandmother ate meat, but she was 98. All that kind of rubbish.
Bullshit.
I think that man has been eating meat since pretty much the beginning of man.
Since the subspecies created. We're all subspecies, right? We're all Homo sapiens sapiens.
I mean, granted that man was omnivore and meat was a delicacy that was... Well, we got meat when and if we managed to actually get meat.
Oh yeah.
Whereas a person nowadays where we can have meat whenever the hell we wanted. But
you see, there's a study out that says that meat is the reason why we have such big brains. For a simple reason that it fuels the brain.
Yeah, I can understand that.
It's the reason why chimpanzees are not the dominant species, i.e.
If you say because they only eat bananas, I'm going to smack you.
Oh, fuck no, I'm not a fucking retarded. I'm not like him.
Cool.
No,
Just
chimpanzees,
one thing, if...
they're fucking omnivores.
Well, I was going to say that if, monkeys only eat bananas, then...
The only creature I know that started off as a carnivore...
Banana?
That... carnivore...
Oh, that carnivore, sorry.
That evolved into being a herbivore. Primate-wise. There's two. Gibbons.
Gibbons, which is a type of monkey, yeah.
No, it's not.
Oh,
It's an ape.
oh, I'm sorry, but you know what I mean. I may not be down with all the biological lingo, but...
Lingual.
Oh, okay, shut up. Anyway, next one.
And gorillas.
So, gibbons and gorillas.
Gorillas have the teeth of carnivores.
Mm-hmm.
But they eat veg.
Yep.
It's not a moral choice, by the way. It's just the way they are. Well, they can eat meat. And chimpanzees do eat meat. They rip each other apart.
Well, back then, your grandmama that was raising their own food, they knew what...
Grandmother was raising their own food. I'm sorry, my grandmother was not raising her own food. She was running from the Germans as they bombed the shit out of London.
And my gran ate meat that came out of shops. They were only crofters. My grandpa and grandpa was. My two grandpas were. Even.
You see, my great grandmother.
I'm like him. I'm Scottish. I actually have crofters in my blood. Crofters in my blood. Crofterism.
Well, I was going to say that my great grandmother did own a horse farm, but I'm pretty sure she didn't eat horse meat.
That's for the French.
They fed the animal, and they
Hello.
watched and cared for the animal.
Shit, we're only like
Even
halfway through the
animal
video.
these days,
Cool.
adrenaline
Oh, you're
glands
like what?
explode
An hour
into
in?
the tissue, causing it to be poison meat to begin with. But I don't want to digress. I want to just stay focused just for one more second because I have a second book. And this is for people who if you don't believe Dr. Africa, I got some white authors.
Because some white authors, because racism only goes one way. Sorry, Melaninism only goes one way. You know, he's saying that if you don't believe the black guy, you must believe the white guy.
Oh, just a person who can give a shit. Well, supposedly couldn't give a shit if you believe what he thought he said, but
You know.
Yeah.
Just wait until I get around to pulling this.
Caucasian, whichever you prefer. And
I couldn't give a shit. It's called lack of melanin.
they even say some of the bad things that meat contains. Dr. Jethro Claus in his book back
That person was not a doctor.
to Eden on page 70.
And Back to Eden, by the way, was written back in the 1800s. Because that's not Doctor. That Klaus guy, yeah, he was born in 1867. You know what age most people lived to at that time?
30 to 40?
Yeah. And
Nailed it.
I would say that was either written at the early 1900s or in the 1800s. And you know, you can so apply that to modern food. Like you can apply, I don't know, flying to the Stone Age.
He also says meat of
Yeah, I know
all
what you mean.
kinds are unnatural foods. Flesh, fish, fowl, and seafoods are very likely to contain a number of germs.
I have
It
it
contains
again.
bacteria. This bacteria infects the
They
intestines,
fucking
colitis,
better.
causing colitis and many other diseases.
Bear in mind, this book is from, at the very least, 1890 onwards.
They also cause putrefactions. This is rotting of the stuff inside your body. Research has shown beyond
Research from the 1800s.
all doubt that a meat diet produces cancer in some cases. And I've heard
Oh no! Causing cancer. Like anything else does. Like, say, I don't know, what's that big yellow thing in the sky? I hear that causes cancer. I'd have to ask you because in Scotland we don't see it that much.
No. If you saw it in Scotland, Army Frostymouth would be put on standby.
Last time I think we put a standby, it's close to fucking closing.
True.
Which is a travesty, by the way, because the entire area belongs on, it relies on the RAF base.
Well, yeah, in about 2014, when the army pulls out of Germany, they'll probably get some people purchased into Frostymouth.
Right. Anyway, they're looking at closing it. It's Tories, they close anything that's in Scotland.
Yeah.
You know the Tories are thinking about separating themselves from the main. The Scottish Tories are thinking about splitting from the main party and renaming themselves
Good for them.
in the hopes that it'll make people vote for them.
Of course it will.
Here's the thing: Scottish people have a long memory.
Excusez-moi.
The English may have noticed this.
I noticed what?
The Scots having a long memory.
Do they?
Yeah.
No, I never noticed that.
See? We remember Maggie Thatcher.
You can't remember Maggie Thatcher.
She was a cow.
She was awesome.
She hated Scotland.
She also hated the Argentinians.
And look at how she dealt with them.
Exactly.
She closed every single industry she could in Scotland.
Except for the milk industry.
Why did this become political?
I don't know.
Carry on.
Seriously, only
there's
women
many books.
to put milk into schools.
Yes, she did, but she also cancelled said milk. A few years later.
Yeah.
I've read that in many books. Excessive uric acid is caused by meat eating. Excessive uric acid causes rheumatism. Right?
We're still in the book that's about maybe, 100 years old? 120 years old?
Disease, kidney stone, scalp, gallstone. I have treated cases of severe headaches with which the patients had suffered for many years, and every remedy had been tried without relief. But when meat was excluded from the diet, they obtained the most gratifying results.
You know what I find most gratifying?
Sex.
Yes. I always find that gratifying. I also find getting a good bowl of chili, which is minced beef, or minced patties,
Bacon sandwich.
a bacon sandwich, Lauren sausage.
Oh,
Which, by the way, I have in the fridge.
sweet.
You fancy collapsing on the couch tonight?
Oh, I think that goes without saying, to be honest.
Sweet. Let's get on with the film, shall we?
It's just what. Now, I
long is
read
this
at
one gonna be?
least 180 books on media.
Wait, just say 180 books.
He's read 180. Did he ever take part in Bullseye? 180.
He doesn't really have the waistcoat to match it, does he?
No. That's fucking big break. He doesn't have the perm.
Oh, I don't care.
Dangers. And they all basically, say, oh,
Yeah, his books so far have been about bullshit.
See, he's talking about
Well,
the old
the
days.
Nah, well, lad.
Wait,
they're not
give us-
prettier.
Talk about the old days. In old days, you used to die from syphilis.
You don't do that now. You still have it, but you don't die. Just like in the old days, you could die. Old days? In the old days, you
In
could.
the old days, you could die from days. No! Things were bad back then.
In the old days, you could die from fucking the common cold. Only fucking it, mind you.
Only fucking the common cold.
Hmm.
So if you wore a condom, you're fine.
Exactly.
There's another book if you wanted to, check resources.
Because, his resources so far have been very valid.
Set trees,
This
authors.
is by a guy named Peter Cox. They took this one off the shelf. And it's entitled
Yeah, by the way, I also googled this guy, cunt. You know when this book was written?
No way.
1986.
Sweet.
This guy has no nutritional background. He just decided to write a book after being the head of the UK Vegetarian Society. He was kicked out. He resigned.
So he wrote this book before Space Camp appeared on TV.
Yes.
Cool.
You Don't Need Meat. Let me make sure you see it.
You don't need meat. That's
Well,
very
okay.
true.
Yeah, exactly.
You do not
he
need
was
meat.
going to-
Is that the same reason how a single woman does not need a man to help her raise a child?
She has a dildo.
No, she doesn't need it. She can do it on her own. That doesn't make it a good fucking idea.
Well, I have nothing against single mothers. Men of the women I have fucked have been single mothers.
Oh no, I've got nothing against single mothers. But if they want to do it, crack on. However, doesn't make it
And
necessary.
trust me, folks, they want to do it.
Yeah, I read this book, boy, and I hadn't touched no meat for, Lord, it was
And for those who start off with, I'm sexist. Yeah, just wait until I get on to the sexism issue.
a long time, because this man, he tell you a lot of stuff that they're doing to me that you don't know about, they feed
He tells you a lot of stuff that was happening in 1986.
and, in fact, U.S. News and World Report did an article in 1991 that showed
He's
that they were
telling me
feeding
a lot of things that I didn't know about that was happening to me because of meat, and yes, I didn't know about that because I don't have a degree in chemistry. Fucking no shit, Sherlock.
I have one chemistry
dead
needed.
cats and chicken.
I do.
I don't doubt that.
Because I took a fucking course in it. More courses than you did.
I don't know that.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
You do.
I don't.
Okay, I took more than him in chemistry. I can't
That's what I
remember.
said.
That they were feeding the cows did.
I can't remember fuck from it because I had to teach myself. But I took more than you in chemistry.
Ah, God damn it.
Cats and chicken waste in the feed.
Yeah, he's talking about BCG and the human variant CGD.
I thought I was talking about chicken wings.
He's talking about how it formed.
Chicken wings. I can tell where chicken wings from.
Yeah, they go in the oven. Some people baste them in sauce.
Oh, this goes beyond that, before that, when it actually part of the actual chicken. But
Oh well, they chop the heat off the chicken and it runs around for a while for a laugh. You get rid of the blood that way.
shits and giggles.
And then they pluck the fucking chicken feather out.
What
then
do
you go,
chickens do?
yeah,
They pluck their own feathers out.
yeah.
Cool.
See, they're very helpful creatures.
Oh, it's nice to know.
They prepare their dead for you.
Sweet.
Nah, it depends what you're basing it off of.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, moving swiftly on.
What they doing? The cows that crushing them up and throwing them into the feed and solidifying them and feeding them back to the animals.
That carbonate's a bitch.
They actually used to do that, boys. They did used to do that. They used to grind up old cow bits and feed it to cows. Yeah, emphasis on they used to.
Back in the 90s, the last time they done it.
Yeah. Nowadays they don't, because they know it's fucking stupid and causes mad cow disease. So obviously they don't do it anymore.
A form of cannibalization.
Cannibalization? Wow, because, that causes disease. Yeah, right. Cannibalization does not cause disease unless you're eating funky meat. And I don't mean funky as in 70s style.
Yeah.
Don't I strip to that song for Zelda? That's a song I chose to strip to.
Zelda?
For Zelda.
Okay, well, hold on.
Not the princess from the game.
Let me just put this in logical sequence. You stripped to play that funky music, White Boy, to Zelda, the female princess.
No, I just stripped for Zelda. She's not the female princess. No, she can't be. Evil Jen.
Oh, sorry, was it Zelda from Labyrinth?
No, it's Zelda, full stop. Her name is Zelda.
Was it Zelda from the show with the guy from It Ain't Half Hot Mum? The Sergeant Major? Terror Hawks?
Lovely shoulders, boy, lovely shoulders. No! Her name is Zelda. She's
Was
hot.
she a warrior princess?
Evil Jen, you're going to kill me. She's hot.
Oh, I never said that. She has to be.
She is.
It's a law of physics.
After this, I'll show you her.
Cool.
And Zelda, I'm not trying to flog you in the meat market, but yeah, you're hot. Get over it.
Animal. So you're eating a lot of things that are disease ridden, and it's going to cause you a lot of disease.
Anything you eat could be disease ridden.
No ways around it.
It helps if you cook your food.
So something to take in consideration.
Much like we are going to do if that fucking oven never gets ready.
Yeah, that one.
Plus, he says here that cholera originated from sheep and cows.
Bullshit!
Cholera. When's the last time you heard of an outbreak of cholera?
A couple of years ago.
Just a couple of years ago.
India.
Ah, gotcha.
Do you see, it's only found in 3 animals. Cholera.
Mm-hmm.
Human.
Yeah.
Shellfish.
Shellfish.
Plankton.
Plankton.
That's the 3 animals it's found in. No mention of cows. No mention of sheep. For a medical even for a naturopathy doctor.
A naturopathy doctor.
Naturopathy then.
Okay, never mind.
The medical knowledge is pretty weak.
Most doctors are.
Pretty weak in the medical knowledge.
Yeah?
Oh, really?
One of the newest of all human pandemics.
Maybe army doctors are.
What are you talking about now?
It first made its appearance in Calcutta in 1817.
Bullshit.
So you.
Bullshit. It spread along the trading routes in 1817 to other countries. But cholera has been around since ancient times, mainly along Ganges, which, let's face it, the Indians full of shit and piss, which is what causes cholera. You see, it's human excrement. Well, human excrement. It's excrement and water supplies, or the food that causes cholera.
All these diseases that are emerging, they're coming from a lot of the meat you eat. Plus, the weight.
Now, I swear he says a lot of the meat gene.
Meat gene.
It sounds like he's saying meat gene.
Well, let's see. Sorry.
Appearance in Calcutta in 1817. So, all these diseases that are emerging, they're coming from a lot of the meat you eat. Plus, the waste that the meat.
Oh, I realise now.
People are.
Now it's been pointed out to me.
Mm-hmm.
Pardon me. That he's saying meat you eating. Oh, sorry, meat gene.
Either way, it's open bollocks.
Yes. But it sounds like meat gene. I have to apologise to him because I did say that's what he said. And that was something bollocks. At that point, I've got hiccups. Carry on.
Raising generates is another factor, with all the waste, the manure, the stench, the flies, the maggots, the disease, all of those filthy, darn pests are polluting the environment, infecting your children, carrying all kind of harmful types of viruses.
Whoa.
I paused it because I have to come in here.
Well, let's not go in straight just yet. I mean, let's think about this. Okay, now, clearly he's concerned...
Bear in mind, this video's over an hour by now.
And he's jumping again. Shut up. Alright, so clearly this bloke here is considerate about the young children and all the harmful environment that they may grow up in.
Yes.
Needless to say that the harmful environment that he's concerned that they may grow up in is actually modern day life, and that the only way that they will adapt to that environment is if they actually experience it for themselves. I mean...
Yeah. Anyway. He's talking bullshit.
What, me or him?
Both of us.
Oi.
You always talk bullshit.
Oh, I'm not talking bullshit now, am I though, you dust cunt?
No, for once you're actually speaking sense.
Thank you very much, you ginger
And
bastard.
this is contaminating and killing an awful lot of people.
I have to say, the biggest spreaders of disease, full stop, around the world.
Mosquitoes?
No.
I beg to differ.
I beg to differ with you. It used to be believed that it was mosquitoes.
Let me just finish this bottle of booze and break it up on your laptop and I'll smash you on the head with it. Anyway, what's your opinion?
Flies.
Lies.
Technically not mosquitoes.
Mine are up, thank you very much.
Flies are the biggest spreader of disease because they walk on everything, right? You can get that. They walk on everything that they can land on. Their mouths are actually their feet.
My flies do walk on anything they can land on. Yep, true.
Ladies, if you're a log, he's the man to call. You let me. I'm only joking, YouTube.
You wee ginger stupid terrorist.
You want me to beard you?
I don't want you to beard me.
Let's carry on.
If all the brilliant plans in the world, the poison to meat would probably be one of the best, because...
See, I was trying to explain to you what a straw man was earlier.
Straw man?
Yeah, where the person builds up a position that you don't hold, and that's like it is the position you hold,
Right.
and then proceeds to attack it. That's a straw man.
So this bloke is a straw man.
He's just pronounced a straw man.
Even though he's a baldy git.
Yeah. It doesn't matter what the physiological state of the person is. The fact he's just said that meat producers are trying to poison the meat is a straw man, because it's not the position we're holding. The position we're holding is, you're talking bullshit.
Fair enough.
He's saying that we're trying to poison the meat. That's all. That's just the way it is.
There's just some people that are not going to give up meat no matter what you say.
There's just some people that are not going to give up fucking bright ideas like you.
And I don't hold that against you, because that's your prerogative.
Yes, you do. Otherwise, you wouldn't make these fucking videos.
But if you want to live a happy life and healthy life and don't get mad cow disease, which is here already.
By the way, that sounds a lot like the hell fallacy. You know, the whole... Well,
you don't want to get mad cow disease, then...
Are you waiting for me to finish that for you?
Oh, you're already cracking on, aren't you?
It's the hell fallacy. It's what quite often atheists are given. As in, you better believe, otherwise you'll burn in hell.
Sweet.
And despite the fact that, as an atheist, there is no hell. Yeah. You're with the class, aren't you?
What?
By the way, then I suggest you at least do a little bit of research and see some alternatives to this meat-eating addiction that you have.
Meat eating, well, anything can become an addiction. But seriously, meat eating is not as such a major addiction as you think it is. And research Yeah, that's something I'd advise you to do, pal. It really is. Anyway, after this, there's none. So I'm going to close it here because this video has become extremely long. It's one of the longest video. It is the longest video I've ever done. But however, it's a good ramble, and I advise you to watch it because he's falling asleep. Bye, folks. You want to say bye?
Bye, John. Bye.
Close enough.